sound super weird. This is your Madhumita Natarajan as usual with an exciting topic. By now you would have realized what I'm going to be talking about. It is about who pays the damn bill. This is so complicated. Maybe not 20 years ago because men were expected to ask women out, and if they ask them out, then they are paying the bill. It's obvious. But today things are changing. Women are becoming more and more independent. They are at par with men and they want to feel equal. But it puts men in a dicey situation. It's like, do I pay the bill because I want to pamper her? But if I'm going to let her pay the bill, would she ever go out with me again? This is very complicated for me and for a lot of my friends. To help you and maybe solve the issue, maybe not, but at least give a perspective, I have my very good friend, Mr. Sachin Bhandary.
He does a lot of things. He travels around the globe that all of us really want to do in life, and he writes about it. Plus, he's building this strong and awesome community, long-term travel community called Eccentrics. Mr. Sachin Bhandary. Sachin.
Yes. So I think two things happened. One, I got invited to Kama Talkies, and I'm sharing the screen with Madhumita Natarajan. Plus, she called me Mr. Sachin Bhandary for the first time. Yeah. So I suddenly feel that I've been conferred with the Sir status by the Queen of England. Yes. So you may proceed.
All right. Since you're a traveler, I'm sure you would have gone on this bunch of dates. How many dates have you been on so far?
Unfortunately, none.
Sachin, what about the date you went with me?
Oh, was there a date? See, this is the thing. These days you're not clear about whether something is a date or not. So I don't know. Of course, like most people, I have been on a few dates. Yeah. So.
Okay, so few, let's say about 20 dates, okay? A decent number. Yeah? Okay, now out of 20, how many times have you actually paid the entire bill?
The entire bill. So my effort always is to get the other person to pay, and I'm pretty gender agnostic that way. I don't care if it's a guy or a girl. The other person, as long as they pay, I think I'm very happy. But jokes aside, I think that there have been times when I ask girls to go Dutch, and those are the girls that I never see them again in my life. So I think the Dutch thing hasn't really worked. In fact, one girl also told me that if you don't at least pay for the girl the first time, then you may not be able to get into a relationship, and that's when I realized that that's the reason why I was single for such a long time. And it's worked. That advice has worked. Now I'm dating someone, so yeah, it's all good.
Oh, that's also you're dating someone. Wow, we'll talk about this off the camera. Having said that, yeah, it's very interesting because I went around the city asking people, of course, women and men, whether they would take the bill. About 90% of them said, yeah, I would take the bill. But although, even if I say I want to take the bill, but I secretly wish because I like being pampered, and you can't blame me for it. Can you?
It's a bit like this. For instance, you can compare this with the subsidies that go on for a lot of minorities or people who are underprivileged, right? Now, a lot of them are privileged, but they still wouldn't want to give up on the subsidy because it works for them. And I think that's the same case even with women. Though everybody wants to be equal and they are probably making as much money as men are, but I think a lot of women don't want to give up on the privilege of the guy paying for them. So that's where, I think that's what it is about. So the first piece of advice, I have two pieces of advice. So the first is don't listen to my advice because I really suck at this. Otherwise I wouldn't have been single for so long. My second advice is that I don't think we've still come up to the level where there is a norm for both people or people going out on a date to Dutch the bill. So for guys, I think it's important to at least pay the first time. Maybe a couple of times till you get the comfort level with the girl, and then it's okay to suggest that we go Dutch, and if she still doesn't want to go Dutch, then you probably don't want to be with her. My personal advice. But that's it. Otherwise, I think don't really suggest going Dutch the first time, at least. Okay. Again, my personal advice.
Thank you so much, Sachin. On that note, it's my turn. My two bits would be, at least this is what I do, maybe not advice, is take the bill. It's a good gesture because letting others pay for you when you can afford it, I don't think is fair personally. Otherwise, Dutching is always a cool thing because you can't binge drink or binge eat and expect the other person to pay for you. It's not fair. Please subscribe, leave your comments, ask us questions. Do not send me creepy messages. By the way, next episode, watch out, okay? Subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends because we all need love. Don't we?
I think so. I could do with a little bit of alcohol as well, but yes.
So maybe show us some love. Ask them to subscribe.
Yes, of course. Yeah. So if you subscribe, follow, and do whatever you do with videos, Madhu is going to get you lots of beers. I will be drinking along with you. So.
Are you paying?